Welcome back to the Roscko Rundown. Today we're looking at this 2001 Acura Integra Type R. And let me tell you, there's a story for you, a personal one for me, and oh my gosh, it's going down. All right, current bid, $88,000. Now somebody must really like the number 8 because it's $88,888. We got to scroll down to see if anybody's commenting on that because that's a crazy number. All right, just people are talking about the prices are crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you right away my story. So when I was looking for the Supra that I just sold, I was telling Elise, who's my wife, if you guys don't know, that the Acura Type R is going to be worth a lot. And this is when these DC2s, if you don't know what DC2 stands for, it's kind of like the cool car enthusiast like way to say these cars. Essentially, when these cars were being sold, a nice Integra Type R, like in 2014, was like, I don't know, I'd say like 25,000. Yeah, now they're insane. I knew this was going to happen. Well, first off, my favorite color in a Type R is the Phoenix Yellow, but my runner-up is going to be this Championship White. It is beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and scroll down to the BAT Essentials. Okay, you know how we do it. If you've been following along, we always look at these, and we're going to look for Easter egg, chassis. First off, I know there's an Easter egg in here because I know these cars pretty well. Look at that DC2 right there, baby. Woohoo! All right, scrolling down, 52,000 miles, $88,000 for 52,000 mile Type R. But let me tell you, this thing is freaking clean. All right, let's scroll. Oh man, I mean, I feel like this one looks just like the ones in the video games for back in the days. The white is actually really nice with the white wheels, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so let's go back up here. All right, we have a 1.8 B18 C5. Now, if this was a JDM one, which is a B18C without the 5, if you guys didn't know that. But essentially, it's a 4-cylinder, and at its time, it was one of the highest revving and also one of the highest output, horsepower output for its time. It won like awards and stuff like that because it was like an insane amount of horsepower for such a small engine. So anyways, and this was so popular. Let me tell you, growing up, oh man, I got a CRX with the Type R motor. I've got an Integra with the Type R motor. I got a Civic with the Type R motor. It was the biggest deal back in the days. And probably still is today as far as nostalgic wise. You ain't definitely going to be beating any of these new cars with that. 5-speed manual transaxle, limited slip differential. This was a big thing too growing up. Everybody was like, I got the Type R motor, but what tranny do you have? And everybody's like, oh, you got to check your stamp or whatever. Championship white paint, I knew that. I didn't even read it because I know these cars really well. Red upholstery, oh man, these things were actually like Integras were like the #1 stolen vehicle for the longest time. And you would see like these Type R's and like all the seats would be freaking gone and stuff like that. So, but check this out. Look, if you scroll down here, one of the coolest things is in the center console over here, you got what number it is, 01, and then blah, blah, blah. All right. Also, one of my most favorite things, this one doesn't have it. This is just like a regular tech, but what I really like, some of them have like yellow and stuff like that, and it really looks really neat. I'm not sure if that's like a JDM gauge cluster or a different version, but I know they have those. 15-inch wheels, front spoiler, raised rear wing, and of course all these things were functional. Air conditioning, CD player, power windows and locks, toolkit, and clean Carfax. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in about this particular ad. Well, first off, the price, that's just going to be with our crazy market. But I don't think this car is going to go down anytime soon either. I don't think it's going to go down at all because the limited production and just it's a collector cars now. It's a very special car. And this one's in great shape. I feel like even though it was driven 55,000 miles, I think whoever owned this could teach things to people as far as taking care of stuff. Now, we did see some imperfections there as I was saying that. But if this car was driven, the front end will see some damage. A couple things I would love to see, and let's see if they have it for that price, is I would like to see some paperwork, and it looks like we have a bunch of that. They did some paint depth gauges, and I definitely want to look into some service stuff. And also, conditions of seats looking great. All right. Now, as far as a master tech, okay, let's go look at some of these. All right, looks like this is just a Carfax. All right, this looks like just a letter stating, all right, blah, 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 oil, iridium, oil. Looks like just very basic maintenance. Oh, look at this. All right, we have a R&R timing belt water pump. Let's see the date on this. All right, 2020. This is great. Right front axle seal, coolant. So whoever's buying this, literally the one thing that I would look into as far as the timing belt has taken care of. I definitely would take some time to look at those CV axles, see if they're torn or anything like that. I don't think we could get any pictures of that. I don't know if they provided that because it's a funky angle, to be honest with you. All right. No, looks good. Another thing I would check on this is third gear. Honestly, a second gear and third gear. I really doubt this person beat on it, but I would definitely check that. This is also really hard to do a compression check on it, but how clean it is, I really wouldn't be too worried if it was okay. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But besides that, I just think this is just a beautiful car. But somebody did mention on the comments that this is in Canada, and apparently the Canada market's going crazy as well. So this is very different from the US market as far as some of these comments are talking about. Canadian people are like going crazy. So not sure how Canada got so lucky. No, somebody said this might be cyclical. I'm over here mixing up my words, but this is being sold in Canada. So that's kind of one of those things we have to factor in with the current bid. Well, guys, let me know what you think about the Type R. And I love it. Another thing, if you're watching this, if you're listening, hit that subscribe button. The bigger we grow, the better we could do. You never know. One day we might get big enough where we get a little bit more wild about these, and we could even go look at them in person or something, right? All right, guys, you stay safe, take care, and we will talk to you soon in the next Roscko Rundown.